Oh, hey, folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to Horrible Horror. Tough guy, so bad, it's scary.
Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
Hey, what's up, Moon Goons? Welcome to a very interesting, special episode of the Horrible Horror Podcast, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies, except for today. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Mr. Marsh Rand. With me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Aaron Southworth. Aaron, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. It's
All right.
I would be remiss if I would not say, "Let's go Blues."
Yes. Well, I was going to get to that, but yes.
Being as how we're in St. Louis,
Yeah.
and today is a chance for the St. Louis Blues to clinch the Stanley Cup.
It is. We're recording this Sunday afternoon before the game, so we're going to get through this and go watch the game. And hopefully by the time this airs, we will be saying home of the Stanley Cup champion, the St. Louis Blues, because they win it tonight.
Like the sound of that.
Yeah. Oh, pop that open.
Yeah.
Pop it. So, yeah, hopefully that. So, sorry, everybody who's listening in Boston or New England. You guys can suck it for now. But, hey, we'll be cool, you know.
To all our Boston listeners, go fuck yourselves.
Go fuck yourselves.
But
just for a week. Just for one more week.
Just
then
for
we're
one
good.
more week.
Then we're good.
Yeah, then we're good. Then we're bosom buddies again.
Well, if it goes to Wednesday, maybe we'll see how it goes.
You know what? St. Louis has had beef with Boston for a while as far as sports go. We're always Boston's
Do you want to
bitch
hear?
lately.
You want to hear an interesting fact about sports?
Sure.
St. Louis and Boston are historical in that they are the only two sports cities to have played in every single major sports championship game.
Huh.
Basketball, football, baseball, hockey. The only two cities to have where they compete head-to-head for each major sports championship.
Man.
That's
Cool.
pretty awesome. And I think they're pretty close to the top as being the only two cities that have faced each other more times than anybody else in a championship game.
Boston is very much the cities have a lot of similarities. Anyway, we're kind of getting off topic.
Nothing's off topic when it comes to Stanley Cup Blues hockey right now.
That's
But
true.
all right. Anyway, yes. This week's episode, it was supposed to be the Devil's Reign as advertised, but life gets in the way. I was unable to get time to actually properly do the notes for that, and then I got really sick, and so that got pushed off to probably next week. But we will get to Devil's Reign. So
So I did that video.
yeah,
for
Aaron did a little video. You probably saw it on
Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram,
yeah.
Facebook, which actually was really cool that you did. Asking about, kind of suggestions of what we could do. And one of the things we've been kicking the tires of is trying a watch along episode. So that's what we're going to do today. We're doing a watch along, but we're not doing a shitty movie. We're actually going back to our childhood, and one of our favorite movies is from we were kids. We're doing the Monster Squad.
Absolutely.
So it's actually a good movie. Everybody loves this movie, but we figured, what the fuck? Let's try it.
I'm sure there's plenty of shit we can find.
I'm
in it,
sure
though,
there is, but
because this is a very influential movie on my youth, as I'm sure it is on yours as well.
100%,
and
yeah.
probably a lot of listeners here too. But it's got a classic line: "Wolfman's got nards."
I turned that into a T-shirt. I love. Yeah, it's a classic movie. Everybody loves it. Or if you don't love it, what the fuck's wrong with you?
But at the same time, like Marshall said, we've been kicking around different ideas, and this is one we had in our head. And because it was, spur of the moment, it's like, we got to do a movie we both know very well, or at least we don't have to take notes on. Booyah! Monster Squad falls right in there.
We thought, and we think if this works out, maybe in the future we'll do some more watch-alongs, but we might go back and do movies we've already reviewed on the show and just kind of do like a watch-along commentary.
Freestyle.
Just kind of go back and revisit some other ones, and you can join us along that ride but that's in the future. Like I said, today is Monster Squad. Before we get to the movie and stuff, before we start doing this, a couple things I want to say about the movie. But before I get to that, I want to do a shout out and thank you to our two newest Patreon supporters who donated a little money on our Patreon site, Eric Davies and B Twisted. Thank you so much for your donations. Really appreciate it. That's awesome of you guys. So love you guys. Thank you very much. That's about Monster Squad. A couple facts about the movie before we start. It was released on August 14th of 1987, which, yeah, I mean, to me, it makes sense. But I always, for some reason, 87 seemed late to me. I always thought it was more 85, 86, but again, I was a kid, so
Sure.
I thought it was earlier than that. Ratings, IMDb gives it a 7.1 out of 10. It's got a 4.6 on Amazon. Rotten Tomatoes, I couldn't get it off of Rotten Tomatoes because my internet was acting up, but I'm sure it was
Man,
really
you got
high.
all kinds of problems. You're sick. Your internet's sick.
Yeah, I'm still not feeling great.
Yeah, you
but,
sound like shit. So
I know the reason why we're doing doing the watch along, so I don't have to talk as much. Hopefully, the budget of the movie. We normally would play the budget game, but Aaron, would you like to take a guess at the budget if you have, for that?
it's got to be pretty big because I mean it's pretty spectacular.
This isn't an official budget game, so you no, pressure's off.
Oh, okay, all right. $5 million.
You came in under.
Huh?
Estimated budget $12 million.
Holy crap!
Yeah, that's high for an '87
Yeah.
kids movie.
Yeah.
Basically.
But I mean, it's also the Universal monsters.
Yeah, it's true. But the surprising thing is what it grossed, what it made in the theaters, blew my mind, and not in a good way.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a flop.
Apparently, it was a huge flop in
Yeah.
theaters. And again, as a kid, I don't remember it even being in theaters. I remember watching it on VHS.
I think I remember briefly seeing an ad for it, but again, that could, I remember it straight
I got
coming.
video store, and then I burnt. You make a copy of it
Yep.
on VHS,
Yep.
and that's what I had.
Yep.
But yeah, in the theaters, it only made $3,769,999. So it was a bomb. Ooh. That was a big bomb.
But it's a cult classic now.
But it is now. It's huge. And I mean now, like I remember a few years ago, I picked up like the 20th anniversary special limited edition DVD 2-disc set because
I remember I was jelly.
Yeah, and so it's become a big thing now. But man, that talk about a bomb at the time.
Yeah, no shit.
Taglines were: "The end of the world starts at midnight. Call them for a monstrous good time." And you know who to call when you have ghosts, but who do you call when you have monsters? So there's a little fun stuff about the movie. It's written by Shane Black and Fred Decker, and it's also directed by Fred Decker. So we have a Black and Decker. We have a Black and Decker movie.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Fred Decker also was a producer on Star Trek Enterprise, and he wrote and directed Night of the Creeps, which is another cult classic.
Right on.
And RoboCop 3, and the 2018 movie The Predator. So he's part of those. Those are some of his other credentials. I have more stuff. We'll get into it once we get the movie rolling. I'll chime with some tidbits about the cast and facts about the movie as we go along.
Cool.
So if you guys want to watch along with us and sync up and watch it in real time,
so we're watching this on Amazon.
We can watch it on Amazon.
It's on Amazon Prime right now.
Yeah, so it's free. So if for some reason you don't own it, you can watch it for free on Amazon. We are starting it. We already passed like the little Amazon commercial for Good Omens, and we are right at where it says the 30-second mark, black screen right after Good Omens commercial ended. So we are gonna press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, so it's 31. 32, 33, the TriStar.
Here comes TriStar.
Here comes TriStar.
Good old TriStar.
Dude, I remember growing up, like, I felt like I knew it'd be a pretty decent movie when I saw this. Like, Labyrinth had TriStar.
Oh, God, another great movie. Yeah,
the opening was always TriStar to this. I'm trying to think of what else was a TriStar movie.
So many good stuff in the 80s. Like,
Yeah.
Never Ending Story may have been TriStar, too. I'm not sure.
Never seen it.
What?
Yeah, never seen
You guys never. Okay.
This is like one of those weird things you've never seen.
The first one, you said, or the opening credits look like Terminator.
Yeah, it's got that weird, like, boxy 80s style.
And
Kind of gives you that kind of feeling.
and here's the
Crawl.
crawl. 100 years before this story begins, it was a time of darkness in Transylvania. A time when Dr. Abraham Van Helsing and a small band of freedom fighters conspired to rid the world of vampires and monsters and to save mankind from the forces of eternal evil. They blew it. I love that.
I do love
That's
that.
so great. I look like the freedom fighters. They're like, oh, they're freedom.
Yeah,
it's
but
like fucking William
But
Wallace
they're
and Dracula.
they're like straight up like 1880s SWAT team.
Yeah.
when they're rolling in here, I mean they roll in with fucking dynamite and guns and
Yeah.
they're like a small like strike force,
Yeah.
a small strike team.
like the fucking Expendables of 1800 or whenever this was.
I was thinking more of like a Navy SEALs.
Yeah, it'd be
type
way
group.
more actually way before the 1800s. But anyway, yeah,
I don't know. Sylvester Stallone might have been born in 1880.
he may have been.
He's my canary in the coal mine, man. The way that guy's on so much juice and so much like testosterone and so much weird crap. It's like I just kind of put my finger on the pulse of him. It's like because I'm about to turn 40 years old. I'm thinking about doing TRT and all that stuff. And I'm just looking at him. It's like if he's dying all of a sudden and becoming a real mutant like weirdo, maybe I won't. He's my canary in the coal mine, man. Oh, now we're in the vault. We're in the crypt.
The crypts.
The crypt. I love like all these throwbacks to the Universal monsters. You know, like the Dracula's tomb, his crypt.
Yeah.
It was fucking creepy when I was a kid watching this.
Oh, I know. This is awesome.
Yeah. Like I am curious whose job is it to light all those
Torches.
Torches.
The sconces.
Because it looks well kept, yet just dirty enough to be creepy.
It's probably Igor. Oh,
Yeah.
I love this fact that he got fucking armadillos.
Armadillos.
Armadillos in Transylvania. Armadillos are native to America. They don't live in Transylvania.
It's so
I
weird.
fucking love it. It's crazy.
It's like, can we get rats? Oh no,
Nope.
I brought armadillos instead.
Shit.
Oh shit. Well, put them out of focus. Put them in the background.
Those look like big rats.
Make it sound like a squeak, and people won't notice. Nope, it's
That's the other thing. They put rat. You hear rats
Yeah, you hear-
squeaking, but it's armadillos.
fucking small armadillos.
But the funny thing is, actually, there's a funny thing about that is, I had this written down somewhere. I have to find it, but it's a joke. Here we go. The armadillos that were, here's Dracula as a bat hanging upside down.
He looks all fucking extra batty.
Again, great special effects.
Yeah.
and
Oh, the
robotics.
practical effects
And
are
this,
great.
look at that.
The
That's,
hand and the webbing and the light. Still hairy. And then drops with
you guys know
style.
Drax is wearing a wedding ring?
He's married to the knight, Marshall.
I guess. But let's go back to the armadillos for a second. The armadillos, damn it, I just had my note on that.
While you're looking at armadillos, I am kind of curious why he's looking at he's like, he was sleeping with the bats, and he drops down, he takes special time to look at one of the coffins. And then, why was he just sleeping in a coffin?
He wanted to sleep with his
Hang
boys.
with the bats, with
Hang
his boys.
The armadillos at the very beginning, it's actually a reference to the 1931 Dracula, where they're shown crawling about while Bela Lugosi gave Dave Fright a tour of the castles. It's something they messed up in the very first of it. So
it's an homage.
It's an homage to a mess up in the very first.
Interesting.
What?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So here comes the SWAT team.
Here goes
Van
Van
Helsing's
Helsing.
SWAT team bursts in.
Going Daryl Dixon on the vampire lady with the crossbow.
With the crossbow on the female vampire. And when I was watching this, I'm thinking, is this all it takes? Like 6 rough-looking dudes and a crossbow to take down Dracula and his hench people? Because so far, that's what it looks like. He's walking right up to the amulet, like, done.
Yeah.
We could have done this a long time ago, boys.
Long time ago.
What were you thinking? I love how they bring her in barefoot.
Yeah, I was like, why is she barefoot?
Give that bitch some shoes.
Exactly. They just snatch out of her bed in the middle of the night. Said, nope,
Yep. You're a virgin.
you're coming with us. I love this. It's like so cool, like the light coming out of that stone.
Yeah, but listen to Van Helsing. She's reading. Shit's kind of exploding. He's not trying to keep her calm.
Kind of exploding. He's going crazy.
He's just like, we're all gonna die. Fucking read. Ah! He's freaking out so much.
I love that skull that pops out. It's like, it's like the Crypt Keeper comes to life. Literally, we're all gonna die.
I mean, dude, try and, he's not the type of person who encourages you through like encouragement.
Van Helsing here is actually played by Jack Gwilym. He died back in 2001 at the age of 92. The guy was born in 1909.
Nice. So I don't get it because she did the whole thing. They open up the vortex. People are getting sucked in. She gets sucked in, poor virgin.
Yeah.
Van Helsing's fighting with a
Skeleton.
skeleton, which was fucking scary. I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah, I know. Those skeletons are like the scariest thing in this movie.
Dude, and then like the dead body getting drug off back in there. Like, this is a creepy fucking opening. And remember, this is billed as like a kid's movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty intense opening.
But I don't understand. Like, looks like they did it. Looks like I don't understand how they blew it. What'd they do wrong?
I don't know. Dracula never went through the portal.
Maybe she wasn't a virgin.
Maybe. So now we're back. We jump to present day.
Present day, 1987.
But that Van Helsing guy was in a lot of big movies during this time, man. He was in Patton, Lawrence of Arabia, Jason the Argonauts, Clash of the Titans, and The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb.
Wow.
Just some of the big movies he was in.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Now we go to the principal's office.
The ones with your names on them? Can you guess what's in
We meet our two.
Sean and Patrick.
Discipline reports. Lots of them. And some wonderful artwork as well. This is
So I'm kind of curious. Why did they get in trouble? Because the kid was drawing?
Yeah, apparently they're drawing monsters or something.
How old are these kids? They said they're 12 years old or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 12.
But man, they look young.
pictures during Mrs. Carlson's science class when you were supposed to be paying attention.
Wait, I just want to say one thing. I mean, Miss Carlson's a nice teacher and all, but she's boring and has an odd-shaped head. That's why Sean and the guys...
Call her Meow Mix.
Yeah, man.
I thought that was a pretty sweet burn when I was a kid.
How rude.
Yeah,
I will say for kids, some of their comedic timing on the delivery is great.
Did any of these kids go on to do anything?
So, not really. Neither one. They both of them went on to do a few things here and there, but no one went on to have really big careers. Sean's still working. He just had some done like last year. He still worked, but it's all like one and done's on TV here, something done there. It's nothing big. Yeah, I have some stuff written down about. Let me find them. Great German guy. Patrick. Okay, yeah. Funny thing about him, he's played by Robbie Kiger, and only after this movie, he only did one other acting gig, and then he was done. But he was the original Job in the original Children of the Corn before this, so that was a big thing for him.
Oh, here comes.
Oh,
Dropping homophobic slurs already.
Gotta love the 80s.
Why don't they tell you about the homos and the people with cat heads?
Meow, meow, meow.
Look how little they are.
I
God, they're
know.
so small.
They are small.
They walk by this janitor and they're just absolutely tiny. And I'm like,
Horace.
Jesus, these kids are fucking brutal.
Horace the fat kid.
And there's that kid from
Wonder Years.
Wonder Years, the brother from Wonder Years.
Yeah, Wayne.
Yeah. I always like his sidekick here. I thought he was kind of funny when he was like, Horace. Here we get a good display of classic 80s, 90s bullying.
Oh yeah, it's great.
If you couldn't,
No, faggot.
if you couldn't think of a burn,
Just call him
you just
faggot.
call him faggot. That was it. That was your go-to. You can't do that anymore.
That comic book you just ripped up is Wonder Woman number 3.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, Wonder Woman Volume 2 number 3. From
Again,
the- another
going
faggot.
going right back to it.
I know you should cut the almost.
And then tackles him and starts
Tackles-
punching him.
slapping him in
Slapping
the
him
face.
around. Throw some punches.
And here comes Rudy, the badass, with his fucking rolled up cuffs,
So he's in junior high, right?
smoking.
Yeah, he's in junior high smoking. Comes up on his bicycle
banana seat bicycle, skidding to a stop.
with his leather jacket,
Fingerless gloves.
fingerless gloves, white t-shirt. I feel like this is like the writer was like grew up in the 60s, and this is his idea of like the tough kid. He smokes cigarettes, he wears Ray-Bans, he's got a leather jacket. Like
Everything about it's cool except for the rolled up cuffs on his pant leg. That's the weird thing.
it's that greaser kind of
guess, but
style.
still, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it doesn't fit with any of the other kids. I mean, we have a huge line of kids, and they're all nothing. No one's wearing anything like that whatsoever.
And he's wearing loafers. He's wearing loafers.
That's what I'm saying. It's like an adult's idea.
But at the same time, he's still bad. Like, come on.
He's still,
Everybody
I
wanted
love
to be
fucking,
Rudy.
loved fucking Rudy.
Everybody loves Rudy.
Loved Rudy.
I love that grin on Horace. Like,
Or
yeah,
when he eats the
get it.
smushed candy bar. Yeah.
Oh, you want to hear something sad about Horace, though? I don't know if you know this or not.
I don't know anything about Horace.
Okay, well, Horace, it's kind of tragic because he's played by Brent Shalem. He had a few TV spots, but nothing. He didn't do anything after 1989. But in 1997, he died of like pneumonia.
Ugh.
Died pretty young of pneumonia in 97.
Yeah. When you die,
Wolf dork. Wolf dork.
when you die of pneumonia, that's a couple things there could be. One of them is classically is drug use, like over like heroin use, and you're not moving a lot, and you're just still, and you're constantly down. Then you're sick, you have fluid develop in your lungs, and you die of pneumonia by way of drugs. So who knows? He's also a big dude. I do love that. Oh, fat kid. See, good comedic timing.
Yeah.
They had good comedic timing.
They really did.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the actors or this is a great director.
Both. It could be both.
Yeah.
Out of here, Phoebe the Phoebe.
I never understood that. Phoebe the Phoebe. Like, what's a Phoebe? Can we also talk about Patrick's giant 80s skateboard that were big back then? I had one of those
It's a
giant.
Vision. It's a Vision deck, too. And Vision was kind of hot in the 80s, yeah.
It was just those giant ones.
Yeah, those huge...
Scary
80s.
German guy. There he is.
I gotta say, it's pretty accurate the way the kids interact. They do a pretty good job. And now we're flying...
Now we're in the airplane. If you notice on the plane, it has the word Browning on it. And Browning, that's actually again, another nod to, what's the guy's name? It's the guy who directed, Todd Browning, who directed the 1931 Dracula.
Oh,
So
cool.
another callback to that.
I always love these guys. I wanted more of these guys. They're in here for not even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I love these guys.
Yeah, the pilots.
Yeah. The one pilot is most recognizable, I think, from Sopranos, where he gets killed by Janice. He slaps her around a little bit and Janice kills him as a boyfriend. This guy who stays up in the front and makes spooky sounds is fucking awesome. But he's also in Real Genius with Val Kilmer as well.
There's some,
So he
yeah,
did
there's
some-
another person.
Their extras are great, or they're small characters. They're still great actors.
There's another guy in this cast who's actually in Real Genius with Val Kilmer too.
Huh.
It's the he's credited as Desperate Man, but it's the Wolfman. The guy who's Wolfman before becomes
Yeah,
Wolfman. He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Lock me up!
Yeah.
That
He was
guy.
awesome.
Yeah. And there's Dracula making his appearance. Bitch slaps the pilot to the ground.
Yeah, in full gear.
Yeah.
And makeup on point. His blush is wonderful. Now here I got a bone here coming up. all
Okay.
right?
If it's the same thing, I'm waiting. There's something I have to say later too, but
So he's
it's about the box.
he's loving on the box.
Yeah.
Box falls out and he's floating. Oh my god! He's stunned. It's pretty sick. Turns into a bat. Good effects.
Great effects.
Good
for
effects.
For 87,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
Now he flies down. It's pretty clearly daylight.
Yeah.
I mean, there's shadows. It's clearly daylight.
Yeah,
Now,
you're right. It is clearly
I
daylight.
am curious. Now they never specify, and here it's daytime here too. As the
Why? That's a good point. Why is he out in the sunlight? Because this is old school Dracula. It's not like fucking Twilight bullshit Dracula.
well, that's what I was going to ask. Now,
So, yeah, that's a great point.
now in the book, in the Bram Stoker's book of Dracula, vampires are not killed by sunlight. They are incredibly weakened, though. They are in a weakened state.
Okay, well, maybe that's the part of
So
it.
that's what I was wondering. It's like, are you borrowing from the Bram Stoker's?
I would guess maybe that.
lore?
They never really acknowledge what lore they go with in this movie.
Yeah, because vampires are so fucking goofy when it comes to the lore.
Here we are at the kids' Monster Club treehouse, which I was so jealous of as a kid. I always like these treehouses were the shit back then.
Yeah, especially when you have a view of a chick in her underwear right across.
Yeah. Yeah. But like this treehouse was like
Take
the
it off
coolest
her top.
treehouse ever.
Kids movies.
Yeah.
Kids movies in the 80s.
Kids movies in the 80s.
Second way to kill a vampire.
Check out the Night of the Living. What was that?
Oh, Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, Return of the Living Dead. Oh, there's the zombie poster just for a zombie.
Yeah, the Lucio Fulci.
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Frankenstein the name of the monster or the guy who made
Godzilla. Yeah, they're pretty hardcore. I gotta say, they are pretty hardcore.
That's discrimination, sir, boy. Prescription drugs, but you're on if you think you're getting up here.
Too clever for a 12-year-old.
Two ways to kill a werewolf.
Silver bullet?
And
That's it. Shoot him with the silver bullet.
nope, sorry, Rudy.
Okay, so what's the other way?
I always wondered that too. Is there any other way to kill a werewolf?
Second way to kill
In my mind, it's always been
It's always been silver.
silver. Yeah,
How to us? Old age?
any silver, right? So yeah, kill him with like a silver knife or sword or.
Yeah, it was silver. Yeah, silver something or other.
Am I in or what?
Something I gotta say about this movie also, even the interactions in the household, just the dumb kid, like the kid pointing at the TV yelling it,
Yeah.
the guy trying to eat a carrot while walking by, the mom takes away. It's those little things that like I think really help the movie, honestly.
Speaking of the mom, you're talking. That mom's played by Mary Ellen Trainor. She has been some of the great 80s and 90s classics of all time.
Oh, she's in a ton of Lethal Weapon movies.
She's in Lethal Weapon 2, 3, and 4. She was in Die Hard. She's in Congo, Death Becomes Her, Back to the Future 2, Ghostbusters 2. She was the catalyst. She played the sister Elaine in Romancing the Stone. Which was
shit, that's right.
And she was Mrs. Walsh, the mom, in the fucking Goonies. Which was another one of the best movies of all.
She's been like little bits of great movies all throughout the 80s.
Yeah.
She's never a main character ever. But she's always there. She's always like the mom or the sister. Yeah.
And it begins.
Yeah, where do you get that fucking sweet ride?
A hearse? Yeah,
where
who
do you
knows?
get that hearse?
Yeah.
That like classic 50s styled hearse with a silver skull hood ornament.
I know, I love the hood ornament.
It's so boss. But where the fuck did he get this
There's
from?
fucking Dracula. He can get wherever the hell he
Do
wants.
what he wants. And this is so 80s. We got it's like a great old like combination. Now we're gonna throw in the action movie like father. This is like if Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon was a dad, this would be him. He smokes. He's a night cop. He had a family all of a sudden though.
Now you can say the same thing about Bruce Willis and die. He's wearing the fucking wife beater right now.
Exactly. Yeah. It's perfect. Dude, this is the funny part because he's talking about going on date night. They're going out for a date. Then what you find out is just his mom is making dinner downstairs, like setting the like that's date night. Is you just gonna be downstairs?
Well, maybe date night is they do dinner and then they go out after dinner because they got to feed the kids too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I never thought about that. I ain't got none of them. Classic line. That's part 7. Love that line. Always thought that was good.
I want to see a stupid movie. Can I have $5 anyway?
Absolutely.
I thought that dad was so fucking cool when I heard that.
Again, I love the age of the dad just sitting there smoking right in front of the kid.
Although the kid does say something about it. I do love this dad.
I love you dearly, but do me a favor. Put your basic lid on it.
He looks like a poor man's Tony Danza. Yes. Poor man's Tony Danza.
There he is. There's Desperate Guy.
And here's his partner.
Yeah, the partner. Yeah, I got lots about him.
He's been in a ton of stuff too. I know he was in Snake Eyes. He was the heavyweight boxer in Snake Eyes.
He is also in Daylight with your Canary, Sylvester Stallone.
My canary in the coal mine.
He was in Rising Sun with Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes. He's in Friday Green Tomatoes, Jeepers Creepers 3, and he was in Roots: The Next Generation.
Okay. But I always liked him. I always liked the partner.
Yeah, the partner is always—he's a pretty good guy, a pretty good character in this movie.
Yeah, poor man's Tony Danza's leaving. He's picking the job over the wife, and she is not having it.
No.
I love how all the cops are wearing cowboy hats.
Yeah, they're all.
Why are they wearing cowboy hats?
Well, I guess if they're sheriffs or something,
But all of them? All
part of the uniform, man.
I guess.
Yeah, now they're fighting in
I
the police station.
Gotta
Lock
say,
me up! Bam, 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 bam.
I thought we did a horrible horror movie where he actually was he was actually in one of our movies we watched.
Not that I can remember off the top of my head. The dad, who's played by Stephen Mocked.
Tony Danza Light.
Yeah, as you call him. 94 credits, including Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, Trancers 3, 4, and 5, Knots Landing, and Amityville 1992, It's About Time. Yeah, the werewolf guy he was also in Men in Black, Real Genius. He was also Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite, the movie, and Napoleon Dynamite, the TV show.
That's crazy.
He was also in the Alice in Chains music video for Rooster, Fright Night 2, and Terror Vision.
Huh. All right, now we see Mummy
Mummy just walked away by himself.
howling away from the museum at such a high speed. I always thought the Mummy was the fucking lamest.
Yeah, I did. I agree too. He's so slow.
Out of all the Universal classic movie, I don't get it. I don't get. I mean, he did.
I think the thing about the Mummy was the curse. He was supposed to be magical. He had the curse about him, but Yeah, the Mummy was always the least intimidating.
They
and
did a
scary of
piss
all.
poor job of like representing him as something frightening. You know,
Yeah.
like he's this bag of rags chasing you around.
The
So-
Mummies, I forget the guy's name, I didn't write down, but he was in X-Men 2, X-Men United. He was also Antonio Diago, a.k.a. Bane, in the 1997 Batman and Robin.
He must have been the skinny, weird version of the Bane.
Before
Yeah.
And then he was in Sleepwalkers. He was also the sloth victim in 7 and Ace Ventura 2. And I love that scene where the werewolf just destroys the EMT
Yeah, he
guy.
comes back. Yeah. So he was the sloth guy, or
He
was
was
he?
sloth victim.
Well, sloth was the big, huge, fucking fat.
No, that was Gluttony.
Oh, that was. It was. Never mind. My bad. Again, I thought to myself, God, this dad is cool.
Yeah.
You know.
And this is cool back in the day when they had, drive-ins were a thing. Like, that'd be so cool to sit there and watch the movie.
Yeah,
on
I
the
always
roof.
thought this kid was so fucking lucky.
Yeah, he had
Like,
the coolest
had
treehouse.
Bad, cool friends, monster club,
Yeah.
treehouse, a cool dad who brings him fast food. He's hanging out on top of the roof, like.
We just talked about this in Slumber Party Massacre too. But again, it's age. But can we talk about the product placement we've had so far? We've had
Burger
Snickers,
King.
Pepsi, Burger King have all been predominantly
Absolutely.
Adidas as well.
Fox Photo comes up quite a bit as
Yes,
well.
it does. Fox
Yeah.
Photo.
To our younger listeners, Fox Photo, who you had to take pictures, drive them to a store, have them developed, wait, and have come back and get them. And
Well, they were the pioneers of the 1 hour photo.
when
booths,
it went
though.
to 1 hour, holy shit! Talk about a game changer.
Yeah. Here's Wolfman wandering around a swamp, which I saw was weird. Like, it was so weird. Like, they had like every type of like terrain or like it's supposed to be like a suburb, like I don't know,
California
L.A.
or
or
something,
Chicago.
yeah, somewhere in
but now there's like
California.
swamps and there's mountains and there's all sorts of shit.
And
I
so
love the Wolfman. Like I said, the Wolfman in this
Looks
movie is
great.
always like my all-time favorite like Wolfman in all
he
movies.
looks great. I
Love
think he's
Wolfman.
very underrated in the Wolf. You know, like the I guess the characters of all the Wolf movies. Yeah. So he confronts Dracula. Dracula's got a fucking silver wolf's
He's
head.
got Kane with a wolf head on it. Yeah.
So it's obvious that he's got some sort of control or influence over the other universal
Well, in some
monsters.
lores too, vampires can also turn into wolves as well.
Yes.
But and there's also a history that Wolfman and Dracula were also enemies too. I mean,
Yeah.
So
So he's got some sort of influence over him, like all of them.
I love
you
here's
can
where
tell.
he uses his magical. He basically turns into Yoda and uses the Force to lift Frankenstein
Yep.
out of the swamp.
And I love how they're not fucking pulling punches. They're just the coffin's coming out of the box, and it just says Frankenstein on it. They're not fucking around.
Yeah.
They're just letting you know.
And then
And I can
there's-
appreciate that.
And then there's the Gilman who just pops up. And now here's where my issue is: like the box changes from where the one we saw dropped out of the plane to this one. It's a different box.
Is it?
Because the box one that we saw on the plane, the paint, the lettering on it was in black, not white.
Oh, you're
and
right.
it said Frankenstein, Bavaria. This one says Bavaria, Frankenstein. They had it- so
look
they
at
switched
you
the box.
checking out the continuity errors.
Yeah.
Get it together, Monster Squad.
Get it together. But yeah, the biggest one is like the lettering just changes from black to white.
Yeah.
But I love that. I always thought this was weird. Like, he's like little, like,
they
electrical-
gotta jumpstart Frankenstein.
With, like-
he pulls the ears off and it's got electric cords.
Like,
So funny. He
Like,
hooks
did
it up
they
to
have
his...
that back in like the
No, I've
1600s?
never
I don't
seen
think
that.
they did
But
that.
I love he hooks up. He's like he's gonna jumpstart
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
they got jumpstart him.
He hooks him up to the little bolts. He says, "Wake up, old friend." Extends his cane, and
Yeah.
out of nowhere, blue lightning starts striking
The
it.
technology in this cane is far past like anything he
I know.
ever would have had.
This mystical chain,
He must have spent like the last 300 years just developing that cane.
dude.
right
I
before
wish
he
I
sold
had
it.
that in my car. My car ever lost power? Like, hold on, gotta jump my car. Let it begin.
Another thing I always wanted to know is like, it shows you how Dracula and Frankenstein get here. And the Wolfman's already there, whatever. But where the hell is
Well, the mummy just
the
got
mummy,
up.
But where the fuck the Gilman, Freedom from Blackgoon, is just there? He's in the swamp, but he's been living in the swamp this whole time. Like, and they all just convene together.
Well, they
here.
do show the other boxes drop from the sky. Was he in one of the other boxes?
No. Well, you know what they do? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
but
I mean, that's a
you
good
wouldn't think
point.
So
Yeah.
Next to your bed, like this.
So I guess the power went out.
yeah.
Maybe that's how Dracula did it. He stole all the power from all the surrounding
He sucks
areas.
the power out of the area.
Kind of like Goku doing a spirit bomb.
Yeah.
I need your power.
He's just trying to scare you, honey.
There's Scraps,
No.
the little stuffed dog.
That's right.
You know what? Not a bad child actor.
Nope.
This girl.
Ashley Banks is her name.
Good night, Scraps.
She apparently supposedly turned down a role in Fatal Attraction to be in this movie.
Thank God.
And good choice. Like if I was a 5-year-old kid, like Fatal Attraction or Monster Squad,
Monster
please.
Squad, please.
Fuck yeah.
I don't want to be the girl who has her bunny boiled.
I'll talk to
That was Fatal Attraction, right? Glenn Close, Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
She's all crazy and boils her.
Was it Glenn Close? I thought that was.
Are you thinking of Basic Instinct?
No, I'm not thinking Basic Instinct. I know. I
I thought it was Glenn Close.
I don't know. I thought it was something more attractive than Glenn Close.
No, this was the early 80s,
That's
if you
true.
remember.
I always thought this was weird in the house. Like he's looking. He looks like he's looking through a window with just shutters right there.
Yeah.
But then they show it's like he's looking in. It was just weird architecture. Like why is the window looking into the living room? Like there, it looks like it's looking outside. But when he looks through it, he's looking at his parents arguing in the living room.
This whole scene here, I thought felt a little sloppy. Because I know the power is supposed to be out, so you can't really see the little whiteboard. It says, for Sean, caller, Mr. Alucard, school, ? Message, interested in Van Helsing book.
Yeah.
Money, ?
I love how he does. Like,
mark.
what would make? I know everyone knows Alucard is Dracula back and out, mostly thanks to Castlevania, the Castlevania game, where you play
Or the
Alucard.
Hammer films, yeah.
Yeah, but still, yeah, that's not a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's like this kid's like, I would, if I'm a kid, I'd look at that message. I would have like sat down and be like, oh my god,
No,
this
because
is Dracula backwards.
I was so confused as a kid watching this. I was like, how did he figure out that it's Dracula?
Yeah, I did the same thing.
How did he figure this out? And because of course I was a fucking when this movie came out.
We were 7 years old.
I was 8.
We were 7.
I was 7 when the movie was released. I didn't see it till I was like 8 or 9. Even then, I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. You know, I do like this part.
Mommy in my closet.
All of these monsters. Come on, all of you monsters, out of here. Everyone, out of this room.
I love the sweet Punisher poster on the wall there, though.
Dude, all the like stuff these kids have. They got the My Pet Monster.
But that's the next thing that's coming. I always wanted one of those.
He's got He's got Robotech
PJs.
pajamas.
I was so happy I never got the My Pet Monster doll as a kid. But that
All
Punisher
right,
poster
so
is pretty awesome.
it is. It's like, okay, there's the monsters in the closet, and he opens the door.
And I think that was a Defenders poster, too.
I think so.
And
There's the mummy in the
closet.
background.
Yep. A garbage pail kid stuck to the closet door.
Nice. It's like, I gotta get laid, kid.
You're not gonna look at those monster magazines. Understand?
Excuse me.
So even still, I don't understand this. Mummy somehow winds up in this kid's room.
Yeah, like how's he
In his closet. We have the gag. I get the gag.
I get
But
the
then
gag.
he leaves.
But then he just leaves.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's purely for the gag.
It is. It has to be
It's
100%.
purely for the gag.
Yeah, it
It's
makes
like
no sense why
the
the mummy goes
lazy.
to this kid's room.
It's the laziest setup. It's just like,
And the fact that he's also the slowest moving character of all time.
Yeah, he doesn't kill the kid.
He doesn't. But he gets out of the closet, out through the window like a ninja. But he's like he can barely move. Like it's like how is this possible?
like there wasn't. It was such a lazy setup. I mean, looking back now as an adult, looking at this, I'm like, that's bullshit.
He was a werewolf. Maybe.
But if they shot it,
He must have been regular bullets, not silver ones.
He's like, yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, I love that look from Rudy.
Silver bullets,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then fucking Eugene, who just. Let's talk about their ages here for a minute.
Yeah.
All right. So Rudy, he's like 14.
14. Yeah, I'd say.
Everyone else
14.
is like 6th grade. Eugene seems way too
He's
young.
like 6 or 8.
It's like the mix of kids here is a little like Horace, Patrick, and Sean. Definitely, they'd be hanging
They're like
out.
on the same grade together.
Yeah, they'd be hanging out. Rudy, maybe, but I don't know.
No, and then Eugene's
But
probably,
Eugene-
Eugene's probably just like the kid next door that they just have to hang out because it's the 80s and like, he's nearby. But
it's
Eugene,
80s.
he's played by Michael Faustino. I'm sorry. He played Ralph Waters in another 80s classic kids movie Blank Check. But he also
Never heard of that one.
He appeared in several episodes of Married with Children in various roles, which makes sense because he's the younger brother of David Faustino, who starred in Married with Children as Bud Bundy.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So
Eugene's older brother is Bud Bundy.
is Bud Bundy.
Bud
No
Bundy.
shit. That's hilarious.
Yep. I love that. I was a dog get up here anyway.
Yeah, man. Talk about, like, this is something you would never show. I don't know if this movie could get made today. Like, the way, like, in the same capacity. Because we got Rudy, who's like he's definitely like the cool kid that, like, we even said, how fucking cool is Rudy growing up? How fucking cool is Rudy growing up? And he smokes all the time.
Oh, yeah. It's the 80s. Yeah, you never see kids smoking now.
Yeah. All the homophobic F-bombs, you're never going to hear those again. No, not so casually just thrown about.
You might, only if it's like if they do it as a period. Like if they made like a movie set in the 80s, you might.
Maybe.
You might just like some kind of authenticity, but otherwise you're not. Yeah. And here's Tom Noonan as Frankenstein.
Dude, how Down syndrome is Frankenstein here? Because I know he's supposed to be kind of
Well, he did have electrodes hooked up to his
imperfect-
basically his head and shocked the shit out of his
yeah,
brain.
but I'm just kind of curious, like, where Frankenstein is on the spectrum.
Tom Noonan, who plays Frankenstein, he has 83 credits, including RoboCop 2, Manhunter, and he was in 12 Monkeys, the TV series, with a recurring part.
I didn't know they had a 12.
a Sci-Fi Network.
Huh.
They made a series out of it.
Was it any
Yeah.
good?
Never watched it. But speaking of TV series, when I was looking up stuff, trying to find it, it turns out in like the 70s, there was a TV series called Monster Squad.
Yes.
Which,
yes.
oh my God, I think that series was before its time because I would love to have watched that movie.
Really?
It's basically about the monsters of Monster Squad in this movie, only they're wax figures who come to life to fight crime.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's amazing. Like, that should have been a hit on like Sci-Fi Network today. But in the series, I only had one season, but God, that sounds awesome.
Does sound awesome.
All right, so here's our main group outside scary German guy's house.
Yeah,
now.
so they got Van Helsing's diary.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah,
How did he get it again? Didn't he, like,
mom
order
gave
it?
his mom gave it to him as a gift, and she said she.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if she found it like a flea market or.
Yeah, I picked it up at a fucking garage sale.
Ah, scary German guy looking creepy.
This is now we have Phoebe,
Down by the lake with classic Frankenstein, little girl at the lake.
classic homage. You think, Phoebe's gonna get it. Phoebe's done for here. Frank is gonna throw her in the lake.
Look at those platform boots, man.
I know, man. He's tall enough. Why does he need those fucking?
Yeah,
boots?
exactly.
Scary German guy.
With the knife, doing the whole pie gag. Look, more Pepsi.
Yeah, you're right.
Where's Scary German? I got a bunch of stuff on Scary German guy. Okay, he's played by Leonardo Cimino. 60 credits. He died in 2012 at the age of 95.
Wasn't he in Godfather?
He was in Dune, the original Dune.
Okay.
Waterworld, Hudson Hawk, and Amityville Horror 2, The Possession. And he had a bunch of other stuff, but those are the big ones that I noticed. I don't think he was in Godfather, unless I totally missed it, but...
I thought it was Godfather 2 when he was like when they showed Michael Corleone, or not, the Robert De Niro character playing the original Godfather back in Italy, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Good and evil are in constant flux back and forth. Only once every
Scary German guy's house is pretty
Pretty swanky.
Yeah.
Pretty ritzy, man. He's
not
living-
bad.
Very well kept.
I can translate is concentrated. Good. It is a talisman which wards off evil and is, how you say, indestructible.
That means it can't be destroyed. Fuck up, fat kid.
Destroyed. However, and this part is underlined. Once every 100 years.
Yeah, so Scary German guy basically breaks it down that
Amulet becomes
100 years tomorrow night
Yeah,
is a chance
tomorrow
to stop evil.
Or for evil to take over.
Yeah.
the balance between good and evil will shift. And evil will
This seems like if this happened every 100 years, I think this would be a little bit more well known.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey guys, every 100 years something
Every 100 years, Dracula's coming back, guys. He's real.
something squirrely happens.
Some squirrel is going down.
And then apparently they fucking knew about it in 1880s.
Or-
they had their fucking
I don't even know. Was it? It
Hit
could
Squad.
have been the 1880s. That had been way before the 1880s because they were using like medieval weapon shit.
I mean, they had dynamite. They blew the door down
That's
with
right. Okay, they
dynamite.
did have dynamite.
And some of them did have single shot rifles.
You're right. He did.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I guess
Yeah.
it would have been in the 1880s.
1880s, yeah.
1887.
7? I guess. October or
I
August.
thought
August
Helsing
5th?
was like way before. Like I thought Helsing and that was all like way like the 1700s.
No. It was God.
Maybe more maybe Victorian era. I don't know, but I didn't think. I thought he was older than that.
No, because Bram Stoker's Dracula was written, I think, in like the late 1800s.
Yeah, but was But I don't think that was Helsing in that.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
I was thinking. I just remember Harker, John, the Harker character, not so much Van
Yeah,
Helsing.
there was Harker, there was Renfield, there was
Yeah.
Lucy, there was Mina,
Mina, yeah.
there was also the Texan. God, what was his fucking name?
Now here's something coming up. Right, they're about to show us right here. That as a kid, never understood what the fuck it meant or what it had anything
My
to
dad
do.
had to tell me what it was.
So you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. But so we'll wait till. It
So
comes
this
up.
this is a cool line right here.
If I were a vampire, then I wouldn't have a reflection. Now would I?
Hello, fat kid. He's wearing a TC
TC Surf Company.
TC Surf Company shirt.
He was one of the same.
Here, he goes.
I suppose I do.
He goes. You sure know a lot about monsters. I
Yeah.
suppose I do. And he closed the door.
And he has the Jewish Holocaust.
The number.
The number on his forearm. But as a kid, as an 8-9-year-old kid, I'm like, so he's got a number on his arm. What the fuck does that
I
have to do
remember
with
watching.
anything?
I watched this with my dad, and I'm like, because I've watched it a couple times, and I was always so curious about that. And I did ask him, like, what does that mean? He goes, oh, and he broke it down for me. He's like, he got to see true monsters, and he was in concentration camp. He didn't get too deep, but he was just like, he survived some horrible stuff from some horrible people. I'm like, oh, and then I felt bad for him.
Yeah. Well, I think you're supposed to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as a kid, like seriously, like no kid is gonna know what that means. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
kids watching this because
It's like
they're not talking about that shit in grade
that's why
school
it's like
history
maybe
yet.
that's why this movie flops so bad. It's because there's stuff.
More Pepsi.
Look at that place. Where are they hanging out? That's
That's a sweet little diner,
I
man.
don't even know. It's like the Max almost.
Yeah, I expect like Max Headroom to pop up or something like that.
That kid, get him, man. Find Shadowbrook Woods. Do I listen to the index for big, scary man? Oh, you're alright.
We're also munching chips here.
Yeah.
we're having I can hear you munching.
I'm sorry.
We're having
I'm trying to keep it down, but yeah, you're
we're
gonna
having
hear
like
me
a proper old school like just watching a movie.
Yeah, I
you
got
know,
some
hanging
chips.
out.
I got some nachos and cheese, like nachos going on here. I'm trying to keep it down, so I apologize. I guess but I don't want to be munching you guys' ears.
That's okay. That's all right.
So
So
my
yeah,
beer,
the
my
kids
nachos, and my
the kids meet it back up. Frank is introduced,
Yeah, there's Frankenstein.
and everyone freaks the shit out.
Fat kid trying to hide in the garbage can.
Not a great place.
Not a great place.
But you see Phoebe holding this guy's hand, and she's grabbing his finger, and his hand is fucking gigantic.
I love how 5-year-old don't be chicken shit.
Love it. Love it.
Again, only in the 80s.
Hear that, or bad parents, I guess, today. Or cool parents. Who knows? It all depends. All depends on context.
Well, he does have the dad who's like the cool dad. He probably wants to be more of the cool dad than the parent dad.
Yeah, that's true. It's, again, one of the coolest things that Dad said, which I don't think I meant, is when he goes, I want $5 to go to the movies. Like, now you guys here. Can I have $5 anyone? He goes, absolutely.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
absolutely.
fucking coolest dad ever. Because my dad would be like,
No.
no.
Exactly.
You gotta
My dad
work.
be the same way. He's like,
You
no.
gotta earn it, kid. You know?
Can't believe Frankenstein's
So somehow
I
they got,
just noticed that for the first time after all these years of watching this movie, that okay, we just see Frankenstein push Shaw in the back and gets knocked down. And the next shot of them up in the treehouse, Patrick's behind, like rubbing his shoulder out from where he got pushed. I never picked up on that before.
Dude, there's a lot of Patrick and Sean arms around each other, kind of.
It's a real bromance, man.
It is bromance.
Sean, we gotta get an adult. Your dad's a cop, so if we get your actual
Bogus.
okay?
Bogus. Oh,
So-
that's the
Or put 'em on TV.
Oh, that classic photo.
But
Well, here we have
here's Frankenstein taking the camera of the older sister.
so the
Bogus.
kids have that camera on a tripod mounted towards her door, towards her window. Proper pervs.
Proper pervs.
Proper
But then,
pervy
come on,
little
like,
kids.
But that's normal kid. Like I would have done the same shit if I was in
Normal
this.
80s, baby.
Just normal 12-year-olds. Like, yeah, I'm gonna spy on the
The hot neighbor
hot
chick.
neighbor chick.
And so Frankenstein looks at a...
Who isn't that like Patrick's older sister?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I always felt so bad for Frank. It brought a tear to my
Oh,
eye.
I know. Like, ugly monster or something.
Scary.
Scary. Thank you.
He recognizes that's his face, and everyone gives him this look. But then they go walking off in the
In
sunset,
with the-
like holding hands.
Yeah.
People have their arms around each other. Like
This is
it's
like the
okay.
this is like how the movie should be ending.
Yes,
The credits
it's-
should be rolling right
Right?
now.
It's like, don't worry, Frank. You are a scary, deformed, walking corpse.
Walking
But
corpse.
we love you. We still think you're all right. You were sent here to kill us and retrieve the book, but you're okay in my book, pal. All right, so they're again.
I don't like. I love this. I love the center thing, but I don't like that weird random skull like right there on the wall. Just like that seems that just cheapens all this. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense. That's something you see in like a crappy haunted house.
Dracula's feeling it. He can feel it.
And I'm sure they did. But I wonder how did they ever explain how the hell this super magical, basically Infinity Stone amulet goes from like Transylvania
No,
to like California.
they
And
never-
it gets sealed up in the basement of this house behind
They
a wall.
never explain it. So he finds the amulet, and it's just surrounded by crucifix
and a basket of garlic.
And they even have a Star of David in there. Did you notice that?
No,
They
I
just
didn't
threw
see
it like, hey, let's just throw this up here,
throw it
too.
all in there.
Hey, vampires hate religious stuff. Let's just stick it up there.
Oh, the basket of garlic that would be rotten and molded and
Oh,
decayed
yeah.
by now. Wouldn't be used. I guess at the time, why not? But oh, here comes the montage of
Oh,
this is the day
fuck.
of.
Yes.
Shit's about to get heavy, so now everybody's getting out of bed. And,
Gotta-
oh, we got shit to do.
Yeah, man. Ride our bicycles. Everyone's cruising on their bikes.
Oh, some
Gotta
great
sit
music.
through class.
Great music in this.
Yeah. Buddy of mine, Steve Boss did the whole montage. He did
I
like
wish
a
I knew
music
the
video to
words.
this.
God, I would, just listen to that music.
It's pure 80s, baby. Yeah, it's pure 80s.
Yeah,
like,
listen to the music. Stop talking. No, I love that. I love this. Rudy's in like one
Shop.
shop and he's making bullets instead.
Yeah, making steaks.
That's another
Dance
thing you would
until
never
your
see in.
feet drop.
Was it Rudy or is it Patrick? One of them was making bullets in class. Like that's something you'd never see in a movie nowadays.
Rudy, yeah.
School shootings, and all he's making his own bullets. Amazing Spider-Man poster.
So yeah, this whole like he's got a Godzilla poster, like a Godzilla
Toy.
statue, a toy.
I love this. Is where he's like, "Dear Army guys."
Dear Army guys, come quick! There are monsters. Eugene. This kid's on it.
Yep.
He's
His Civil War hat.
so weird. And
And
he
that's
has
a dog lick.
he has his beagle lick the envelope.
Patrick's making business cards.
Patrick's making business cards because you gotta let people know.
There's no phone number on the
I know,
card
it just
though.
says Monster Squad.
Like, great. Oh shit! Exactly who I call. Oh, there's no number on the
Oh,
card. No. Rudy's
Rudy's
making silver bullets in shop class, and the teacher's completely oblivious, not paying any attention. Marlboro cigarettes.
yeah, he's
in class.
he's hiding them in his pack of cigarettes.
Because that's, I guess, more okay for kids to have cigarettes in the middle of class. Until your feet. Oh, Foster. Getting the bow and arrow.
Yeah, now we have the high schoolers doing archery.
Yep.
And while
I love how they're all using like these shitty bows, and then he's got like the fucking Rambo.
he picks up the
composite
compound,
bow,
the compound bow, yeah.
With like the spinning wheels, gears on it, whatever else. He's like the crappy.
He's
plastic.
picking up photos from Fox
There's
Photo,
Fox Photo
with Kodiak film and Fox Photo everywhere.
and more Pepsi.
More Pepsi. Does a spit take because he sees the picture of the titties. That cool, now extra cool Frankenstein with sunglasses on. As the kids are trying to jump, grabbing the photo.
I do think it'd be kind of fun, sure, to have cool Frankenstein with the shades. Does a picture of Frankenstein have the glasses and it says bogus underneath?
Back to the kids jumping for the photo of the naked girl. There's two people that definitely should not be jumping. One, the 5-year-old girl. Two, the brother of the guy whose titties are being exposed.
Maybe he's not wanting to get because he wants to see. Maybe he's like, dude, that's my giveaway. You're not looking to look at this. I'm throwing this away.
Yeah.
That's probably that's what I would be thinking it would be.
Not bad. Yeah. So we see Dracula talking with human Wolfman. Got him tied up and got him
waiting for the moon.
Doped up on pills as he goes to go get a bite.
Is he doped up on pills, or is he just like that? Like
no, he's doped up on pills. And he goes to have a bite of three
women.
very conservatively dressed women.
Very school.
See, this is the pills. This is the pills part because he spits the pills out of his mouth.
Oh, that's right. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Yeah.
Then instead of pushing the ropes over his head, he puts them around his waist.
Yeah. One of those pantry girls.
Pantry girls.
And that's what they're calling the cars. Pantry girls.
I love it. It's like
vampires.
they're not panty girls, they're pantry girls.
Yeah, one of them actually wanted to become a really successful stunt woman.
Oh.
She's done stunts for Weeds, Eagle Eye, Rush Hour 2 and 3, Red Dragon, Scream 3, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, and Exorcist 3. Our movies she all did stunts on.
Always liked the partner. I thought he was his weird
weird
little talking to himself kind of things.
This is gonna sound so racist, but as a 7-year-old kid,
bring it on.
As a 7-year-old kid, I used to get the black partner mixed up with Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters.
That's not racist. That's just you're a young kid and they have a very similar look.
Well, I didn't want to be all black people look alike thing, but no.
Like, especially when you're a kid.
This was great.
His transformation's fantastic.
Yeah, it was. This is really good for the time.
Face is pulsating, back rips open. I mean, it's not the best transformation, but it's damn good.
And then he Hulk just bursts through the phone booth like a Hulk.
And then sprints off into the night.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't worry, man, you're okay.
Speaking of the Wolfman, the Wolfman's face, when he's actually the Wolfman, that mask is modeled after a man called Stan Winston. Now, he might not be a household name, but Stan Winston is actually a special effects and makeup master who worked on some of the biggest blockbusters of all time, And he did special effects and makeup for Terminator 1, 2, and 3, Aliens, Jurassic Park, Iron Man, Congo, Predator, Batman Returns, Edward Scissorhands, Friday the 13th, 2 and 3, and Roots. Plus a shit ton more stuff.
More Roots,
yeah.
Again, Eugene. What is it with Eugene? Okay, Gilman just pops up in front of him, claws out, teeth out, gonna kill the kid, and then just goes,
And he sinks right back.
This is the second time this has happened to Eugene. He's had the mummy in his room.
Maybe Eugene's got a secret power that we don't know about.
Maybe
he's
it's the
chosen
dog.
One. Yeah, but the mummy doesn't kill him. The creature from Black Lagoon had him dead to rights right there.
Yeah, no shit.
They could drag him into the water. Nobody would have known.
Creature stole my Twinkie. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And there's the sister. The hot sister. I had stuff on her too. Let me find it. Oh, okay. The virginity question, yeah.
Okay. What we want to know
is Rudy drinking a beer? Like, he's holding a brown
I know,
bottle.
it looks like a beer. It could be another Pepsi, but it looks like a beer.
It's clearly hiding the label. The label's turned towards him. It's a brown bottle.
Yeah.
Been dorked.
Been dorked.
Being dorked.
I forget. That's another great classic 80s term for been dorked.
Photo's got a 2-for-1 deal this weekend.
So this is where they frame her to tell them about her virginity, or else they're going to post the picture of her topless
Yeah.
at Fox Photo. Weird. Anyway.
The sister is played by Lisa Fuller. She's appeared on several TV shows, including Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Doogie Howser, Head of the Class, 21 Jump Street, Mr. Belvedere, and Freddy's Nightmares.
Ooh, cool.
Can't, Frank. Time's running out.
He's getting awful cavalier and nonchalant talking to a giant monster. Like, can it, Frank?
Yeah, dude.
A monster who could basically kill you with one hand, just snap you in half. He's like, can it?
Dude, Sean is like the badass leader of this whole group, and he's just got the biggest balls. This kid has got the biggest fucking balls. Like, everyone else would be like Horace. Like, no, let's fucking go to math club instead.
Frankenstein can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
We could be like math squad instead, you know. Do math problems. Stay home.
Yeah.
Or nature squad.
Nature Squad. See? Yeah.
Words, not be dead. See, it's so deathly on
I was like, not be dead. That was always great. Where'd they get dynamite?
They have so much dynamite. It seems like a bad place to put it.
It is dragging out the kids, but still, like,
Yeah.
where did all this dynamite?
Then again, he does
He
have.
just summoned up a magical car, too.
He's
so.
got a mansion on 666 Shadowbrook Road, as Wolfman was saying before. You know, that's the address of this place, 666 Shadowbrook. How fucking cool is that address? Please, thank you.
The pants that Horace is wearing in this movie, I actually had those in high school and wore them a lot.
The what?
Horace's pants. He's wearing black and white camel pants. I had those.
Oh.
I wore those all the time. Like high school and like freshman year
Oh,
of
this
college.
is my favorite. My dad's a cop.
He fools around with us. Kicks their ass.
See? Just badass kid. My dad's a cop. So the weight of Frankenstein coming across the threshold is enough to vibrate so much that it triggers the bomb?
No, I think it. I don't think it triggered the bomb. I think it just gravity pulled the thing down. It was old and
So the bomb goes off.
dynamite goes off. Frankenstein causes
Cra-
cave-ins in the house.
Parts of the house collapse onto Frankenstein. And Frank looks fucked.
Back and use your eyes. It looks like you can help him. But what do we do, Sean? The monster. Don't call him a monster. What if he's dead? Then he died to help us.
Dude, balls on this kid.
He died to help us.
Leader this squad.
I'm the leader.
Listen up.
Listen up.
You said Dracula knows we're here. So let's just try to find the amulet.
Gotta find that Infinity Stone, man.
Hell out of here.
Dude, kid's got the biggest balls.
Fuck Wolfman. Oh, this is the best part of the movie. Here we go. No talk.
Oh.
Here we go.
Wolfman's got Nars.
Best part of the movie. God, I love that.
That is the best part of the movie.
Wolfman's
And
got Nars.
you know what? I was before I watched this. I was at home and I watched the preview for it, and they fucking ruin it in the preview. I hate it when they did that a lot in the '80s. It seemed.
Well, they always show the best parts of the movies.
It seemed like they did that a lot more in the '80s. It's like they would just ruin so much of the movie with the previews. They'd like show all the funny
Yeah.
hits. You know, it's like great. Thanks for ruining a good chunk of the movie. So they were surrounded with the
got
three
Wolfman,
vampire.
yeah.
And now we finally get to see the three vampire chicks who are now instead of their conservative dress, a lot more
The pantry girls are now vampires.
in like see-through nightgowns almost.
Yeah.
Phil's.
Phil's. Here's the diner.
Fried shrimp, malts, hamburgers, and fries.
Sounds delicious.
Fountain service. And the girls who work there are sleeveless.
Look like
and
cheerleaders.
Look like cheerleaders.
Where are you, Sean?
I want to hang out there.
Yeah, I won't go to Phil's.
Maybe the monster's got them.
Me. Yeah, everybody wanted to be Rudy.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be Rudy. Well, I don't know, man. Like I said, Sean's got balls of fucking steel.
Tell me about it.
And there it is.
So there's the amulet again, like we'd mentioned before. If you look at the very roof, if you look at the top, there's a
Oh,
Star
yeah,
of
now I see
David.
the Star of David. Yeah, there it is.
So, and we've got, garlic,
Just like
crucifix,
bundles and
just
bundles
tons
of
of garlic,
garlic.
tons of crucifixes, and other religious symbols in there. And the amulet's sitting there, glowing green. Sean grabs it, because why not? And this is where Dracula comes out, and instead of
I
just
love this. This is such a like an 80s fat guy move. Like, first of all, he's not that fat. Yes, he's chubby.
he's a fat kid.
He's a fat guy, but God, like, come on. Like, what fat
He
kid
carries
pizza in his pocket?
carries garlic bread or pizza
It's
in his
pizza.
pocket, but it's enough to fuck up Dracula pretty good.
Yeah, it fucks up his face.
But here's that part. He grabs the amulet, and instead of just being like, thanks, just kill, he shakes around. Hey, is that a Volkswagen thing?
Ooh, that's a
Sure
good
looks
question.
like
It could-
one.
I could be, but I think it's more of
Very,
a Jeep.
very similar.
Although it's German.
Yeah.
It is very similar.
Perhaps we should all go back to my place for some.
Now that sounds like a great idea. Back to my house for pie.
It's all true. We found the amulet, but now this monster's after us. We gotta go to a place where there's a lot of people. Church. What? Church.
It's right. That old church in the town plaza.
Perfect. Monsters hate religious stuff.
I love that line. Perfect. Monsters hate religious stuff because that's great. That's a great line, man.
What you trying to tell me that we're gonna go all the way out the Shadow Brick Road because you get a call from some guy who tells you he's a werewolf?
He did say he was going to kill your son.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to kill your son. I love that part.
I just love like the partner just laughing his ass off.
Yeah, like I said, the partner's awesome.
It's 20 minutes till midnight. We pulled this off. I'm gonna shit.
I'm gonna shit. These 80s movies make cursing seem so cool to kids.
Oh, it is so cool. So the mummy has jumped on the back of the Jeep.
Yep.
The worst monster ever.
And the dog is the hero.
The dog's pulling on part of the
Bandage, the linens.
bandages of the mummy.
linen wraps, yeah. Rudy ties it, or Patrick ties it to an arrow. Rudy launches it in his
Sticks it
fucking
into a
Rambo
tree.
bow.
Yeah.
One shot, perfectly
Nails
into a tree,
it.
fucking Hawkeye style.
Deep enough also, mind
Yeah,
you.
deep enough to stay in there. Oh, I love that weird.
To which the mummy recognizes his leg is being torn apart.
You know, Mario could just let go and like stop killing himself at this point.
Where's his like
Band-Aid breath.
But that was pretty sweet as a kid. But where are his bones?
Yeah, what's holding him up?
There's no bones.
He's magic. He's magic.
Magic.
He's magic. Mummy's curse, magic, all that shit.
Sure, but worst.
Oh, here's where the cars. Yeah, this is cool. The car. They go through him. There's that sweet skull hood ornament.
Yeah.
Zoom, ghost car.
Intense.
Not a single word. I appreciate that.
God, I love this movie.
It is.
Yeah, why
so
the
good.
candle go out? They show her they show the mom putting stuff away, and the candle goes out
And she's
mysteriously.
like, oh,
Oh, Dracula's here, and Dracula's pissed.
rips the trunk, like the back door off
It's
the car.
so awesome.
Digs dynamite out of the car. More dynamite.
Yeah.
Lights this thing has a long ass
Yeah,
fuse
he's
'cause
walking
just
through the
casually
backyard.
walking with it while it's lit.
And it's getting really close to the end.
He is fucking Dracula though.
Chucks into the clubhouse and has a
The treehouse.
one-liner.
Meeting adjourned.
What? Wait, what does that mean?
The meeting of the Monster Club's over.
I guess it just sounds cool to say.
But how does he know that they're Monster Club? Like, did he know that? Like,
Who knows? It's fucking Dracula.
He's got one extra dynamite left
Yeah,
over.
he's got one extra piece.
Doesn't he magically light it? Yep.
I do wish I had that power to magically light stuff. That sure would be convenient.
And there goes the partner.
Yeah, partner gets blown
up.
So, yeah, Cop Dad has the drop on him, and then Dracula gives him the best shit-eating grin. Oh, it's so great. Fires off a couple shots. Nothing. Damn. This shadow effect was really cool, too.
Yeah, it was. It was a great effect. So good.
So Dracula turns into...
I love Dracula in this movie. He is such
This
a
Dracula
badass.
is pretty good. Pretty damn good. He looks a little cheesy. He looks a little...
He looks like the cheesy Universal...
Bela Lugosi style.
cheesy
Yeah.
Dracula.
A little extra, you know,
Yeah,
a little Liberace-esque.
With the medallion and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
He's
he
got
looks,
the cape
but
with
that's the classic
with
Dracula.
the red lining. Yeah.
I'd rather him look like that than they try to reinvent the wheel. And come
Oh,
with
they
some-
didn't know. They paid complete
some other
homage to
crap.
the Universal classic movie monsters. Yeah, all of them. You know.
Creature from Black Lagoon is always one of my favorites as a kid. I always suck because I always forget he got the shaft in this movie. He did the lead.
He totally did.
He looked so good in that suit.
Oh yeah,
it looked so
he
great.
Sounded terrifying.
But he got so.
Yeah.
There's another Burger King in the background.
Burger King
But
commercial.
he got so little to do.
Yeah, what do you do? Scare a kid out of his Twinkie.
He does crush some heads. I think at the end.
yeah.
He does get that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get a really cool death scene or anything like that. He just gets shot.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler.
Whoa.
Let's do it right here. Like, really religious, Sean. Why don't we just go over and do it at Burger King?
He even drops the Burger King line.
Yeah, another Burger.
And Burger King again.
With the Fox Lab.
The Fox 1 hour lab.
Okay, come on, read the book. Right.
Dude, look at those pumps she's got on.
Read! I'm fucking German.
I'm flunking German.
Yeah, really, you should read it. He's not a virgin, you stupid. Did you ask him?
Oh, God.
Come on, Rudy.
I'm in the goddamn club.
Oh, the balls!
Oh, I'm in a goddamn club, all right.
Oh, you think you got balls, Sean? Mine are just going to drop 10 feet lower. Ba-boom. Man, Cox's head here. Yeah. This is where Rudy walks in the middle of the street and kills the female vampires who are just walking very slowly with their arms straight out.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't believe it. This guy's straight up murdering bitches now. Yeah,
While
so-
smoking.
Well, yes.
Never loses the cigarette.
How fucking cool is Rudy?
Doesn't drop the cigarette out of his mouth either. Just the whole time.
Yeah, Dad pulls a yard job across the park.
He goes by the statue of like what's the statue from The Simpsons in the middle of the crowd?
Jebediah Springfield.
Yeah, basically the Jebediah Springfield
Yeah,
statue.
the town square. Drives past, and then he pulls
No,
out.
he's got dynamite. Where does he get dynamite?
Where does everyone get dynamite?
Did Dracula it was in the back of Dracula's car when
I mean,
he left?
it could have
Just left the car.
It could have been. Yeah, Dracula left his fucking car there.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Yeah, that's probably where he got it. But he only has one piece. He's not as.
My God.
So yeah, he shot Dracula in bat form, and now we see Dracula all fucked up.
And
He's still, but it's so funny. His man bat form still has like his cape, and emblem. Like it's.
And you're gonna, boom.
Wolfman comes from behind, attacks.
I love the look. He's like, oh fuck me.
Just fucking up Tony Danza wannabe.
Into the Adidas shoes.
Yeah, tons of Adidas shoes.
So much Adidas boxes everywhere.
80s.
You looked.
You looked.
Well,
This-
yeah, you
this
said,
was
hey,
great.
asshole. Puts
Boom.
the dynamite down his pants, throws him out the window, blows up midair.
So cool.
Such a great
Such a great shot.
Loved it.
Such a great shot.
But what's even better is what happens later. It comes after that.
So Dracula's gone.
This is great.
And it's
Wolfman's chunks are all over the place on
fucking
the ground.
blood, viscera. all the leftovers of Wolfman.
And he comes here and his hand starts twitching.
Fucking loved it as a kid. I
Oh
love
my
it today.
God.
I love it today.
I love it today too. And it's coming up like when all the pieces like zip back together and he sounds like he howls again. Like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Little toes move. Yeah. Wolfman's like, ow. Damn. She's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Scary German guy's got some good one-liners. Now this is where it comes together.
Yeah. Gets sucked back
Wolfman
in.
reassembles.
Howls.
Yes! That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's so great.
But yeah, when they showed Dracula get shot and he was all fucked up in the place, and they showed him he was half bat, half human, but still had half his clothes on too.
Well,
So his
he's
clothes,
in
his clothes,
mid-transformation.
so his clothes are part of him.
Part of him.
Huh.
Well, when he transforms.
Yeah. So there's the cowboy police officers show up.
Sheriffs. Yeah, the sheriffs.
Yeah.
And this is where Wolfman just destroys them.
Starts fucking him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely sure that she is.
And this is where you find out she's been dorked.
No, what do you mean, no? Well, Steve, but he doesn't count.
Count!
I love that.
Where he steals the cop's gun.
Here's what I don't get. We saw him make several
He
bullets.
pulls out one. Yeah. This guy is a fucking deadeye with the bow and arrow and a gun now.
Oh. Let's up the bang. Oh.
Wolfman instantly
Says thank you.
goes back to being a
Says
human.
thank you.
Told you. Only one way to kill a werewolf.
Yeah, but
Here
you can't
here comes creature from Black Lagoon out of the sewer like a
can't
ninja
rest
turtle.
can't rest too much because
That suit looks so good.
it really does. You know, it'd be a creepy thing as if it didn't work when she read it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But
Yeah, we got some
That's
questions.
another point I have about this movie. Is like, oh, I love here he's just crushing skulls, but it's all you like. All the boys in the club are virgins. Couldn't technically any one of them have read that? They're all virgins.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And if they had to be a girl, why did they go to Phoebe in the first place?
Well, the one girl took German. That
Yeah.
was one of the things. You know, she goes, my sister takes German in high school. You know, that was, be easier for her to.
Oh, yeah. And here's Horace trying to
Oh
get
yeah,
in.
the bullies.
are like,
The
hiding.
bullies are in the comic book
They're
shop.
like, fuck no, you're not letting you get in here.
They're not coming in.
Horace got the shotgun.
Gilman, a creature from the Black Lagoon, is ever so slowly hunting down Horace.
Everybody's slow. But God, that suit looks so good.
And takes a shot to the dead
Chest.
right in the chest.
He dies.
One gasp. Pretty lame death for creature.
I know, that's why I was always pissed about that as a kid. The name's Horace. Cock that gun. Dun dun dun.
Everyone's balls are huge.
Blue lightning on Dracula.
Dude, Dracula is pissed.
Dude, he's like fucking Thor and Ragnarok all of a sudden. Just the lightning
Yeah,
surrounding him.
He is so mad.
He's fucking some Led Zeppelin playing
Yeah.
now.
I love how the cop is like seeing all these monsters
Yeah.
doing shit. Hold on right there,
Hold
buddy.
on, let me
Like
just
some
stop.
horrible southern accent.
Dracula just kills them all.
And he just
When
walking.
I saw that as a kid, from that one where he got the kid the headlocking, the first times I saw it as a kid, I swear I thought he pops his head off. Because you see
Oh, the
the
head.
cowboy go flying. I didn't realize he was just breaking his neck. I literally thought he popped the guy's head off.
That'd have been awesome.
And now it's time for scary German guy to step up,
Yeah.
protect the girl.
Scary German guy is standing in front of Dracula, who shoots him with a laser beam.
He's like Iron Man now. He shoots like a hand
What the-
blast. Yeah,
And like It really doesn't do
Where
much.
did these powers? I remember those powers in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
And what, what does it really do to this scary German guy? It just knocks him over. It doesn't kill him. It doesn't do anything.
I don't think Dracula is beyond kill. He's like,
It just
I'm just gonna
pushes him
he's like,
over.
I'm just demonstrating how much power I have over you. I don't need to kill you. I'm just gonna.
Oh, man, I always love this one too.
Yeah.
Grabs the little girl by the face, holding her by the face.
Hold her by the chin. Yeah. Bitch.
Why doesn't he just take it?
There's a funny thing about that scene we just saw with her. After that, let me find it here. Oh yeah. During that scene, Duncan, the guy who plays Dracula, wouldn't wear his red contacts or fangs around Ashley, the 5-year-old girl, because they would scare her.
Oh,
on set.
wow.
So, but during that scene, the director Fred Deeger told Ashley to scream once the platform raised her up, and she had like, "Well, when would I scream?" And Deeker told her, just said, "Oh, you'll know." And then he proceeded to start shooting the scene, and the terrified scream, that's her legit, like, holy shit,
Terror.
she's scared to death of
Jesus
this guy,
Christ.
of the fangs and the red eyes and all that.
So Frank knocked Dracula back into the
cast iron,
the cast iron fence and impaled, which again, fucking awesome.
Yeah. They throw the amulet, the vortex opens, everything's starting to get sucked into it. Again, great effect for the 80s, but nowadays looks pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But compared to everything else we've seen. Oh, and Dracula's gone off the cross.
He's like, if I'm leaving, I'm taking this kid with me. I'm taking a snack.
I'm taking a snack from the road.
Because he's trying to bite him as he's
and the corpses are being
corpses
dragged.
in the background. Cops are getting sucked in. This vortex is very selective.
I was gonna say that's exactly what I was gonna say. Sean grabs the stake, stabs Dracula in the heart. He rolls off Dracula, but he doesn't get sucked in. Now Van Helsing's back, so I guess it's like the quantum zone. It's like a time loop in there.
They form a human chain and pull Sean back.
And they get the Terminator
gives a thumbs up, and
Helsing's
Sean's like, yeah!
And they battle. They get sucked into
I guess
the vortex.
an eternal battle between Van Helsing and Dracula is going to take place. And then
The dog
cops
goes flying.
just
The
certain
dog gets held
cops-
by the tail. But here's what's crazy. All right, you're talking, very selective. First of all, Sean should have been sucked in immediately.
But we have Frankenstein now.
Okay, the fucking Jeep gets sucked in, but this little fucking bench, that Phoebe's hiding by doesn't get sucked in.
And she's holding Frankenstein's hand. Oh, this part was a tearjerker.
Oh, it's so sad as a kid. Yeah.
I'm getting teary-eyed now.
Don't go.
Oh. No!
And then she throws them scraps. Oh. Oh, and the music. Oh.
Dude, look at my eyes.
Pulls on the heartstrings. Yeah.
I'm getting teary-eyed. Which is ridiculous.
That always bothered me as a kid. Like, if the Jeep's getting sucked in there, that bench should have been long gone.
Oh, yeah.
That bench should have been gone. And there's no way Phoebe's holding on to Frank. Like, probably weighs like easily over 300-something pounds. Vortex goes, everything's gone.
Continuity error. She spun and she was sitting the other way, and then they pan to her and she's facing the other direction. So just a little thing. So now she's facing that way, whereas before she was facing forward. Oh well.
Who knows?
Yeah, that part makes me fucking cry. That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. There's parts of the movie that make me cry that don't. And another movie, when Atreyu's horse dies in Never Ending Story, which you haven't seen, spoiler alert, makes me cry. And here comes the army rolling up in the tanks. God, again, I love the 80s.
I do love Rudy going for the arm around the shoulder.
The slick arm on his shoulder, yep. I love how the army shows up after this stupid letter from this one kid. Army guys, monsters here, Eugene.
Come quick. Hey, kid, we had nothing to do. We're the army.
Where are the monsters?
Mommy came in my house.
What's wrong with this autistic kid?
Can somebody tell me what the Sam Hill is going on around here?
We're the Monster Squad.
The Sam Hill. That's
Who are you?
No.
Let me give you my business card.
Here's our card. It just says Monster Squad on it.
No numbers, no name. And here
Then
comes the awesome music.
They're all standing around, hit the music, high five.
Yeah,
All
hugs.
right.
Yeah. Rudy and the girl hug. You know those two they're dorking later tonight.
Scary German guys like just throws the book in the air like, well, fuck this thing. Who needs it now? And I'll meet your dad. Trust me, I'm not a pedophile. The kids came to me first, sir. I understand you're a police officer. That's yeah. And then the Monster Squad rap song is playing right now.
Great song.
And mommy too. Oh jeez. The Monster Squad gonna groove tonight. Monster Squad. And the forces of evil better run and hide. Yeah, I remember that part.
Great
I don't
fucking
remember.
song.
I remember the verse. I remember the chorus. I don't remember the verses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. Is there anything? Okay. So that's Monster Squad, guys.
I do like how they have a guy named Beefy Cop.
Beefy
They have
Cop.
Rookie Cop, Beefy Cop.
Beefy Cop. All right. So here, while the credits
Yeah,
roll,
pantry girls / vampires. You're
Yeah.
right. Bride with possum. Yeah. Cathead, Miss Carlson.
So here's some interesting things. Some people might know this, but others might. Liam Neeson was actually considered to be Dracula in this movie. Could you imagine if Liam Neeson was Dracula?
That would be the tits.
I have a very important set of skills.
I will find you.
I will
and I
find-
will get that amulet.
But
will kill
he
you.
didn't get the part, but he was actually supposedly paid for a very bit part in the movie, but it was never shot and never used anyway. So technically, I guess Liam Neeson was in a draft of Monster Squad somewhere.
Awesome.
Let's see, we're going to talk about that. According to director Fred Dekker, Shane Black's first draft of the screenplay was so huge that the opening of the film featured Van Helsing accompanied by zeppelins and hundreds of men on horseback storming Dracula's castle. Dekker stated that the secrets would have cost more than the final budget of the film. Just the
That's
opening.
fucking awesome.
Van Helsing coming in like fucking zeppelins and like horseback and like, oh my god.
Yeah, that'd be great, because that would make more sense, because we even talked about at the beginning, it's like this small group comes in and starts taking over and they're kicking ass, and it's like, we should have been doing this years ago, boys. You know, like, that would have been awesome.
Also, Dustin Diamond, Screech.
Yeah.
He had a small role as a kid who tries to trade baseball cards with the boys, but it was later cut out of the movie as well.
Bummer.
We talked about the armadillos. We talked about Horace's Wonder Woman 3 comic. Here's some interesting stuff. I'll go ahead and stop the movie. We're done with the credits, and we'll finish this up, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So that's really peaceful music right there.
That's when he's floating
That's-
away.
Was it? I thought this was when they were walking down the sunset holding
Well,
hands.
that was that too, but they were playing that same
Same
music.
thing.
And of course, making me fucking cry.
Oh, so uplifting. All right, we're going to pause it there. All right, about a year after the Monster Squad was finished, Shane Black and Fred Dekker worked together writing a movie called Shadow Company. The script was to be an action horror film about a group of U.S. Special Forces soldiers who died during Vietnam War. And years later, the soldiers, who were members of secret army experiments, rise up from the graves as rotting, unstoppable zombies. The zombie soldiers would have raided the army from a nearby army base and then proceed to destroy the town in which they were buried, killing everyone in it. The movie was going to be directed by John Carpenter sometime in 1989.
Nice.
Produced by Walter Hill and with Kurt Russell in the main role.
Fuck yeah, baby.
But it was never made. The original script, and Dekker apparently the original scripts gained a cult following on the internet or around town. But could you imagine that movie? How
This
awesome that would have been.
almost
awesome?
sounds like a horror version of Universal Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Captain America. But yeah, you're kind of right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But God, I'd love to see that movie. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Kurt
no
Russell
shit.
and zombie soldiers and who fucking knows. That sounds
As long as John
amazing.
Carpenter's at the helm, yeah, that would have
Yeah,
been
sounds awesome.
pretty awesome.
All right, so let's look at some other things that we might miss in the movie that I did write down here. No, skip that. Just you can I don't know mumble about something.
I'll mumble about something.
Something here. While we
Yeah.
talk about that. Oh, here's one. Yeah, Phoebe moves from one end to the bench to the other. You just talked about that, the continuity there.
Oh yeah,
where she's
yeah.
the one she flips around.
Small continuity error, but it's something I noticed. I even noticed that as a kid. There's a few movies where I noticed like continuity errors and they really stick out to me. That is one of them. The other one is Demolition Man, when Wesley Snipes pops out of the. So if you remember, Simon Phoenix in Demolition Man had one white eye, or pardon me, one white eye, one brown eye, one blue eye, right? I forget which one's which, but let's say for the sake of argument, his right eye is blue, his left eye is brown. He pops out of the sewer in one scene, and all of a sudden his left eye is blue, his right eye is brown. It's a big continuity error, but it goes. That's the only thing. For some reason, that one really sticks out in my head, as well as this Phoebe and the bench scene. So, if anybody else has any good continuity issues, let me know, because there's some good ones out there.
Actually, most of these we've kind of covered already. Some of we don't read. Yeah, fuck it. The rest of it we've already kind of covered already. Is not that really worth talking about. So
Yeah.
the hell with it. All right, so that our first
Kind of like
watch along movie. We're not sure how that goes. If you liked it, let us know.
So
You
here's a
might
question.
do
Here's a question. How do you feel about it as an adult watching it today?
one. I'm biased. Like, to me, that movie was such an influential part of my childhood. Like, that was in my top 5 rotation. Like, we mentioned this a while ago, but it was, as a kid, my top 5 movies was like Star Wars, Goonies, Monster Squad, Return of the Jedi, Labyrinth, and Neverending Story. Those are like my top 6 movies that I were just constant rotation, pretty much. I grew up with, and so this movie will always hold a special place to me. But looking back, I mean, yeah, it's cheesy, but it's. I still think it holds up, man.
I agree.
I'm stunned that this was a bomb. Like, it bombed in theaters. Like, I wonder like what. I guess if I dug deep enough, I probably could find the information. But I'm really curious as what movies this was going up against. Like, what was else out in the theaters at the time this was released?
Right. No, so this was August 4th. So it's
August 14th.
Yeah, so,
87.
Yeah, when the summer hits, So there's a lot of
but
big movies in the summer.
It wasn't like any of the Star Wars movies, so it didn't have to worry about that. It didn't. But yeah, so I'm just stunned that this bombed. Like, I mean,
badly as it did.
Yeah, as badly as it did. Like,
now, again, like kind of looking at it from an adult's perspective now, I really enjoy this movie as an adult.
I do too.
And so I wonder if they were really billing it as for kids. And then when parents took the kids to see it, they're just like, don't take, maybe word spread, don't take your kids to see this. Because this was also PG-13.
It was PG-13, yeah.
So,
but so was Goonies, I think.
No, I think Goonies was either one PG or 2. It was before they made the PG-13 classifications.
Yeah, it could be right. PG-13 was the last one to be created. But I mean, Goonies, they chunk curses. They say shit in that movie, and they have this thing about the Statue of David's penis breaking off. And like, God, he's like, gotta be all pissing in our faces.
True, it's pretty sweet lines. But at the same time, you don't see Wolfman exploding into bits with his bloody remains laying on the ground, which again is fucking awesome.
But there's a lot of movies back in the 80s that were PG that were almost worse. They were like, this was PG. I mean, I'm trying to remember if even the original Poltergeist movie was. I don't think that was even rated R. That might have been like PG.
Oh no, that was R.
Was the original Poltergeist?
They had to change enough, I believe, to get rid of an X rating.
There were some horror movie. Maybe not Poltergeist. But there was some horror movie that was actually like.
You're thinking,
how is this not?
Wait,
an
did you say Poltergeist or did you say Exorcist?
Poltergeist.
Oh, Poltergeist. Yeah, that was like PG-13.
Yeah.
That was like PG or PG-13.
Yeah.
You're right. That wasn't R. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about The Exorcist.
No,
I'm like, dude, she told a priest to suck.
Oh no, not Exorcist. Poltergeist.
Okay, yeah.
But no, I think it holds up, man. It's still one of my favorite movies. I can't wait till my daughter's old enough to watch it with her and get her. It'll be. It's a great movie.
So that's a good question. How old do you think someone should be before they see it? Now this is PG-13.
Technically 13, but
yeah.
I saw this.
Well,
when I was like
PG-13 is supposed to be like parents. Hey, if your kid's not 13, maybe they shouldn't see it. It's a suggestion.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the parent. It depends on the kid. Like, are they able enough to handle it? You should know what their kid, is capable of handling by the time you get to, before you even get to them.
Yeah.
And you know what the movie is like right now. I don't think It's weird because parenting, like Ben, like we grew up watching Friday the 13th movies as 8-year-olds. When I watch my kid,
Sure.
8-year-old watch it, like no.
I will say my parents rarely knew I was actually doing that.
That's true.
Or because I'd be downstairs and my mom, like, I'm going to watch wrestling downstairs. Okay, Aaron, watch wrestling downstairs. And I'd flip the Cinemax because I would. This is how crazy I was about horror movies. As a kid growing up, I would find the every week. There'd be in the paper, in the local paper, there would be
guide.
a TV guide that was like a paper. It wasn't TV guide, but it was like TV listings. It was
it was the TV guide for that day. Yeah,
and I'd filter through and I would look on Cinemax. I would look on the Cinemax section. They had a section there for Cinemax, and I'd look up Friday 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. What channels were they going to be on what time? And I would like try and plan out when to tell my parents I'm going to go watch TV so I could sneak around because, one, I loved watching the horror movies. Two, lots of boobies in some of those movies.
Yeah, that's genius. I never even thought about I forgot about the TV guide in the paper. I never used that to my advantage like you did. But,
but my parents also loved they liked HBO. They liked Cinemax. For one time, we had HBO, Cinemax, and Showtime all at once.
We did too at one point.
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit. There must have been something special going on.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, I was in heaven. You know, I was.
But I think that was also more common back in the day. But like when movies were not as common. We didn't have Netflix and Hulu and everything, and you had to and the days when buying a VHS still cost like $50, $60 to buy a
video. So
you'd
look it up and say, holy shit, Friday 13th Part 7 is going to be on Friday night on the 20th of June. I'm marking that down. That's a day I'm gonna watch that movie. Like you were waiting for that one to come out. Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff I pulled. But yeah, so
the movie holds up.
But
it's still a great movie.
it's kind of funny because that's we kind of started with would you let your daughter watch this and how old would you have to be? And
I would honestly I probably would have to be at least. Probably
10,
8, 9. I mean, I can't. I watched it around 8, 9, and 7. It had to be at 7 the earliest, but 8, 9, maybe 10. It just depends on how she is as she grows up, what she's afraid of or what she's not afraid of, and but I mean, it's not like it's that graphic. It's just, but as a kid, the language isn't too bad, but it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. Hey, yeah.
But anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap this up. So that's our first watch along. Hopefully that was okay for you guys. We'll probably do more of these in the future, maybe as like bonus content. I'm also thinking about maybe if we do these as bonus, we can maybe put them up on our Patreon page as a special for our Patreon subscribers. Do it, just for exclusively there to kind of give them something as a thank you for subscribing and supporting us. Like I said, in future ones might be movies we've done before that we just kind of want to go back and revisit and laugh at,
or some classics like this.
Maybe some classics,
because I think classics are kind of fun.
Yeah,
we watch so many horrible horror movies, obviously, but man, it's always nice to talk about one we grew up with and one we liked.
Yeah, maybe what we have a soft spot for Friday 13th Part 7. Maybe we'll do that one someday.
Oh watch man, that was my fave.
That was one of my faves.
Yeah, that one holds a special place.
Yeah, same here. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hoping this wasn't too bad. Thanks for putting on with us. We'll be back with another regular episode next time. So in the meantime, guys, watch more horror movies. Remember to always keep it tight.